Minions assemble. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the weekly Tuesday edition of Eionan's Edge Live. Glad to have you guys in here tonight. As Michael Morgan said, Minions assemble. All right, I want to start out with some greetings. Got a few people in here already. So obviously, good evening. And Michael Morgan, one of my moderators, has assembled. Darnell B85 has assembled. Good to see you, sir. Blazeburger says he heard the call. Very nice. Very nice, sir. Good to have you in here. Let's see, who else do we have this evening? We got Marcos Gamma, one of my good friends and brothers of the knife community. Good to have you here, sir. Thank you for assembling. Will B, I know you're still sick. I saw that in one of your other comments, but thank you for dropping by, sir. I appreciate it. Always appreciate seeing you here in the live stream. Let's see who else we have this evening. Freak Show has shown up. Thank you very much, sir, for assembling. Got Jeremy's in the house. Hopefully we'll see Mrs. Freak Show here at some point too. Grumpy Grunt has assembled. Banana. There you go, buddy. Right? The grumpy one is here. I've got his little avatar here on my desk all the time. Love it, love it, love it. Dig it. CPM's here. He's assembled. He says hello. Will B says to me, being a hero doesn't enter into it. I don't have any more time off. I used all that up when the twins were born and when I had COVID the third time. Yeah, it sucks, huh? How there never seems to be enough time off for people, no matter what you do, right? Even if you're a first responder or one of our frontline people in this country, there's never enough time off for anything. But thank you, sir, for being here. I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate you popping by on a Tuesday. Even if you don't feel well enough to stay, I still appreciate you popping in and saying hello to everybody in the stream. Louis is in here tonight. Welcome in, Louis. Thanks for coming in here. Thanks for assembling and joining all the other minions here on Tuesday night. B.O.D. Beard of Doom. He says, yo, I'm here, but in the shower playing with my hot dog. We'll be listening. So, BOD, yeah, playing with your hot dog in the shower. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you want to look at it, we all had to deal with a little bit of BOD, giving us a little glimpse into his shower this week, which turned out to be pretty funny, but also something I can never unsee. So anyway, thanks for being here, man. Hopefully when you get out of the shower, you'll be able to jump in and join some more of the stream. We got lots of greetings going on. Q-Ball 981, my man, my brother Q-Ball is here. He says, hi, hey, folks, I'm sponged. I think he was supposed to say, I stopped by to say hello, though I can't stay today, unfortunately. I understand, brother. I talked to you a little bit this morning over Instagram. I know you had a busy day and all that, but I thank you for stopping in anyway and just popping in here and saying hi. We're going to see each other in a couple weeks, but man, feel free to give me a ring anytime. All right. Good to see you, man. Rob Nice is here. He says, hello, babes. He's joined the Minion crew here over at my live stream. Dang Ross is here. He says, hey, what's up, all? Welcome in, brother. Thanks for joining the Minions tonight. Yep, Cubo says, I can't stay, but I wanted to say hello. No problem, brother. We know life gets in the way a lot of times. We always get to see you. It's always good to see you. I will also, most everybody here knows I watch Cole's live after, so if you miss me in this one, you can always say hello in Nicole's live, although I'd much rather you be here. Napster Ninja says, hello, everyone doing chores and in listening. That's okay. Speaking of that, I want to say thank you right here in the beginning to everyone who comes in here every week in the live chat and participates, to all the minions that assemble live and in person over my chat, to all the minions who listen after the fact or rewatch the broadcast, and also if you're on a mobile device and you're just listening or just watching there and you don't feel comfortable responding, I still appreciate you. I appreciate everyone's in here. Like I said, I get a certain amount of watchers every week. I get a lot of people that rewatch because there's sometimes double or triple the amount of views on the video in the first couple of days. So I really appreciate that. If you're any of those people I just mentioned, or if you're brand new, if you're new to the stream, it's okay if you don't want to talk or you're not very talkative or you're unsure, but this is a very welcoming community. So please, like I say here on the screen, say hello in the chat and hit the like button. Let us know you're here, right? Let us know that you're here. Even if you're not going to actively participate a lot, let us know you're here. Let us know that you're in the chat. And feel free to, ask questions. There's plenty of knowledgeable folks besides just myself here. Let's see who else we got in here tonight. One of my favorite minions, Papa Rhino. He said, "Did someone say banana? I'm in." There you go. I just had a banana right before the live stream. How about that? Just ate one of those. And yeah, Papa Rhino, one of my favorite peeps, man. And obviously would love having him being part of the minion crew. Like I said, Blazeburger's in here and he says, "Will be, I feel ya. I had COVID at the end of the summer and burned through half a year's worth of time off. I know it sucks. Totally sucks. All right. Sucks. The worst thing is using your time off for sick, right? You want to be able to use your time off to go on a vacation with your wife, your family, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, right? You want to be able to use it for that. And when you have to use it for being sick, it sucks. Sharp Guy ATX is here. He says, "I'm driving and listening. Thank you, sir. Very much appreciated. Thanks for being part of the Minion crew and showing up here on a Tuesday night anyway." Bobo Schnoggins is here. This is one of my new minions. Bobo hasn't been with me very long, but I'm glad to see him in the stream every week, sir. I really appreciate it. I'm glad to see that you're enjoying my channel and my live streams. Thank you very much. Cue Ball's throwing out some love to everybody. Native Wildman, another one of my longtime minions and supporters, is in here tonight. He says, "Hello, Eionan's Edge. How you doing?" I'm so super stoked to have you in here. You and I will talk. I got your info. I got your emails. We will talk, brother. I just have to find some time. Life's been very busy lately, but I have not forgotten about you. I promise. All right. Byron Kennedy. He says, "Howdy, Eionans and Mrs. EE. Little kiss on the cheek. Oh, that's so sweet. Michael Morgan, Mimo, and all the minions this Tuesday." Thank you, sir, very much. Another one of my longtime minions who's been following for a long time. Let's see who else we've got in here tonight. Lone Wolf is in here. There he is. Lone Wolf says, "Good evening, Eionan and family." Good evening to you, sir. Very much appreciate you stopping by. CPM says, "Epic market crash. It's all coming down at once." Yeah. Some people are going to take a big hit if you got a lot wrapped up in the market. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. G-Ball at the in-laws. One of my boys, right? One of my premier minions is in here. He says, "Yo, what's up, brothers? Eionans, what's going on? What's going on, my friend? You and I got to catch up too. I'll catch up with you through Instagram. We talked about having you back to show off a few fixed blades. I think we will do that before the end of this month or very soon after that, if not. So you and I, we'll catch up at some point, G-Ball. But thank you for coming in. Another one of my minions. Will B says, "I'm not leaving, just listening and will comment too." Okay, that's fine, brother. Whatever you feel like doing is all good with me, man. Much respect, much love to you. Lots of greetings going on still. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anybody here in the chat. Ed Harrison is also one of my minions. He has assembled "Good evening, Eionan's Edge," and everyone outside spraying Roundup. Oh, spraying Roundup. He's spraying the yard. Okay. And sending some love. Well, thank you, Ed. Hopefully when you're done with that and you've been able to come in and wash up a little bit, you'll be able to hang out with us for a little while and relax. Blazeburger says, "Question, would you rather have Baden micarta or voidy carbon fiber?" It's a good question. I'm going to go with Baden micarta. Leland Phil's in here too, another longtime minion. Not sure if I'll be able to stay on the live tonight. We had a guy lose 3 fingers up to the knuckle last night. Got caught in an industrial shredder. Oof. Whoa, that's not good. Those ain't coming back. All right, brother. Well, listen, I always appreciate you stopping by, saying hi, hit the like button for me. you're part of the Minions crew, so you're welcome in here anytime. Stay as long as you can, but thank you for stopping by and at least saying hello. I got a bunch of stuff to address tonight. Uh, so yeah, some people are saying voidy carbon fiber. It's a good question. It's a hard call because you really don't want either one of them. Personally, I don't really want either one of them, but if I got to make a choice, I guess that's what I'd go with. Let's see. Honey Bear's here. He says, "Hey y'all, what's going on, my man? Another one of the minions has assembled. Awesome, brother. Eionan's Edge. It's understandable. Work has been kicking my butt. Yeah, that's just it. I've been so busy. I've got some knife reviews kind of stacking up here, and that I've got to get through, and all the stuff that's going on with the wife and everything here at home. Plus, there's a couple of house projects that I need to get done before the end of the month, and I just don't have the hours in the day to do them. So things have been a little chaotic here, but we're handling it. So G Ball says, "Sounds good, Eionan had a blast last time." Yeah, we'll get you back on, man. No worries. Papa Rhino says, "Bad in my Carta." David Iverson has just shown up. A long time minion has assembled as part of the crew tonight. We're going to see what kind of fun and mischief we can get into here in a few more minutes. Native Wildman says, "As long as the blade holds up, I don't care about the scales. If they are green, it's better." Yeah, right. All right. So let's see what else. Yeah, that's your favorite color, man. So right, green is good. Blazeburger, I think he's responding to G-Ball. He says, "Not much, brother. Sent you a message on Instagram." So that's another thing. If you happen to be lurking here in my live stream, there's almost 30 people in here right now. So that's cool. I think there might even, 30 people. If you're new and you're lurking in the live stream, please know the other place that this community gathers to communicate and to show off pictures of their knives is on Instagram. So if you create an Instagram account and you want to create an account just specifically for knives, you can do that. And it's a good way to keep in touch with the community. I resisted it for a long time, even though I'm not afraid of technology, but I just was resistant to having another social media platform. And eventually I gave in and got on Instagram because that's just where most of this community tends to talk. So MWK, me with knives, says, "Eionan's Edge, what's up, Marine? I am doing good tonight. I'm feeling good. Had a pretty decent week." Papa Rhino says, "Do you watch the NFL or are you an Arizona Cardinals fan?" The answer to that question is nebulous. There, Big Papa Pump, Big Papa Rhino. The answer to that question is nebulous. I used to be a huge NFL fan. Some of the disrespectful things that happened in the NFL over the last handful of years kind of turned me off a little bit. I think sports should be about sports. I do still watch it. I'm not as big a fan as I used to be, but I am originally a New England boy from Boston and Connecticut. So I'm a Patriots fan. I did root for the Cardinals when I was going to school out here because, you know, I was living in Arizona. So, but I'm not really a Cardinals fan. No, I do. I still watch the NFL, but auto racing, hockey, and supercross, motocross are kind of the things I dig watching the most. But I do watch football. I do keep up on it pretty good. I don't keep track of all the player transactions and things like that. But I do watch it. Yeah, it's something I'll put on the TV and I'll watch. It depends who's playing too. Some teams I have no interest in. David Iverson says, "I just got great news. I'm a grandpa again." Well, awesome, dude. I am a two-time grandpa, but unfortunately, COVID has kept me from seeing my second grandchild, my first granddaughter, because, well, it's been COVID, right? So now, hopefully, maybe, if things work out really good, which I hope they do, we're going to see my new granddaughter this Christmas, and my grandson, who's now 3. We're going to see him hopefully in January if things go well. I think that's the plan. Me with Knives is just throwing out some greetings. Grumpy Grunt says, "I'm used to carbon fiber with some voids and it's unattractive, but workable. Crappy Micarta just sucks all around." Yeah, I guess I would agree with that. Maybe you're changing my mind a little bit there, Grumpy. Maybe. All right, let's see. Let me try to catch up with comments and then I can kind of get into the live because we got a good amount of people in here. Bluminati Ninja's in here somewhere. Oh, there he is. There he is. There's another minion assembling for the live stream tonight. He says, "Good afternoon, all. Driving home from work. I'll be listening." That's okay, B. We're good. And thanks for listening and tuning in. I appreciate it. All right, let's see if there's any more new folks to greet here. Yeah, G-Ball says, please keep politics out of sports and movies. Yep, I agree with that. And that's kind of why I got turned off for a while. I just got tired of tuning into all the kind of the BS. I'd rather be fishing so I don't pay a lot of attention to sports. Yep, you're an outdoorsy dude. I get it. That's cool. You know? Pop Brando, just curious if you saw what my Chiefs did to the Cardinals. Oh, I did watch that game. That was a total massive can of whoop ass that they opened up on the Cardinals. Bang Bang is in here too. He says, I can't hang out tonight, Eons. Just wanted to pop in and say hello. That's fine, brother. That's fine. You know, you're a longtime minion, good friend, good member of the community. So always appreciate you being here. Hit the like button for me. Glad you could stop by and say hello. So while I got a bunch of people in here, I'm going to keep looking for folks that are new into the stream, but I want to throw a few shout outs out there. Obviously, shout out to Mrs. Edge, my lovely wife. She's doing pretty good this week, but tomorrow is treatment number 8 of her chemo. So that usually means 3 or 4 kind of tough days going into the weekend and so forth. But she's doing well. She's just past the midway point and so far hanging in there well. But a big shout out to my wife, who I love more than anything. I want to throw a shout out to Q Ball. I know he couldn't stay. I hope he's still here. But big shout out to him. My brother up there, up the road here a little ways in Phoenix. Great guy. Has done a lot for me. Super guy. Has done a lot for the community as well, and a good friend. So I look forward very much to seeing him in 3 weeks. Let's see. Oh, sorry, I already put that comment up there. Everyone have a good night. Bang Bang's taking off. All right, Bang Bang. Hang tough, man. We'll see you soon. All right. Last Ranger's in here somewhere. Hello, Gary. I missed your post in my chat because it's jumped a couple times. Dang Ross says, I'm just lurking tonight because I'm feeling under the weather. Got a nasty cold. And that's okay, brother, man. If you just want to hang out and listen, that's perfectly cool. I got some information to cover, a few things to tell you. And we will be wrapped up by 5 o'clock tonight just because I got a lot of other things going on and I like to watch Coles live. David Iverson's throwing out some prayers and well wishes for Mrs. Edge. Thank you, David. Wildman says, "Go Chiefs! They're my team when I do pay attention to football." There you go. I got a response from you, right? So Alan Grey Wolf is here too, and he's got the Drupal, the little Droopy Tunes painted rock, which I dig. Bama Ninja's here. Hey, brother. He says, "Hey, everybody, I'm driving but listening." Sending out some love and some emojis to me. Thank you, sir. Another one of my devoted minions, Mattisfaction. Huge shout out to Mattisfaction, who just ate an entire loaf of French bread. oh, oh, goodness. Hey, Matt, let's see. Hold on one second here. Matt, hit me up over on Instagram, Mattisfaction, if you are ready, okay? And I will get you squared away, brother. Let me know. Just hit me up over here on Instagram, and I will, like I said, I will fix you up, man. All right, one sec. Let's get that refreshed because I want to be able to see all the comments. Bearded Doom says, I love the sporting. Nothing like a last inning touch goal to stop the clock and get a grand dunk off that shit. Way to meld a whole bunch of sports together there, BOD. I like it. A lot of people don't know this, but I played hockey in college and after college and et cetera, et cetera. Mattisfaction knows that because Matt and I still haven't had a conversation about hockey yet, but we're gonna one of these days. Let's see. Papa Rhino says hi to every single person that said hello to me on the phone, so I can't get back to at everyone. Yeah, a lot of times, guys, when I'm doing other stuff and I'm on the phone, that's why I'll just say hello to everybody, or I'll say, hi to all the people that said hello to me, because it's a pain in the ass on a phone to type in a whole slew of people's at so and so. So I don't. I tend to not do that. So I totally understand. Also, I don't want to miss this person. Iggy says, hi, everyone. Sorry I'm late. Another one of my minions, a faithful minion, a faithful channel follower, and a faithful minion. Iggy is in the house. Belt Loop 29, laugh out loud. He says, my name is Gary, so when I hear that, I think somebody is saying hi to me. Sorry if I respond and look silly. No, it's all fine, man. It's all good. Just so happens to be that I know the Last Ranger a little bit, and so I sometimes call him by his name. And so, by the way, for those of you folks out there, this is just a reminder. Obviously, I like to be called Eionan when I'm online and when I'm working on social media. Some of you folks who are good friends with me, or converse with me, or we've sent stuff back and forth, or we've met in real life, you call me by my real name, and that's perfectly fine. But I have a few reasons why I don't like to use my real name all the time on social media. So uh, again, even if you know me from outside of my channel and my live streams, like I said, that's what I typically go by all the time here. Papa Rhino says I watch sports and fish more than most people. Yeah, well, I know you're always posting outdoor stuff constantly. Matisfactions in the house. A lot of greetings going on. There's Maddie again, throwing out all the greetings. Very nice. Lots of people talking to each other and greeting each other. Oh, Byron Kennedy says it's a huge pain in the ass to use a phone to type on. That ain't no lie, brother. And I only have regular large size hands. I can imagine if you got some chubby fingers like Dave or Grumpy or some of those folks do. Native Wildman says I use my phone and I suck at typing. Yeah, that's okay, man. I know that's why you don't have big, long-winded conversations. Hey, I'll just a blanket wave to all. I got some gnarly rash from my stank ass motorcycle jacket, and I'm all doped up on Benadryl. We'll probably pass out. Hey, speaking of that, before that happens, Beard of Doom, thank you again for those of you who were not in my Saturday Live, which has become very popular. Beard of Doom donated a Sencut Saxy for a last minute giveaway. That was won by Darnell. I believe Mike Jernak is the one who won that, but he decided to defer that win in the magnanimous, lovely, giving, and kind way that this community always does. He deferred that win to Darnell, and Darnell is now the owner of a brand new Sencut Saxy. So thank you, Bearded Doom, for doing that. That was really, really kind of you and very much appreciated. Let's see. Kevin Kirk, my real name is Slim Shady. I'm not slim, but I'm very shady. Yeah, I got you. Right? Please stand up. Please stand up. All right. Sean or Dave Wildman will work for me. Some people don't mind being called by their real names, and I don't mind it when I'm off of social media, but I prefer to be called Eionan when I'm on here. Drewby Tunes, hey E, and the rest of you too. There's another minion who's assembled. Blazeburger is rocking the phone and Soul correct in path GPS at meanings fat typing. Beer Doom says, my pleasure. Yeah. Okay, so a couple quick things. I want to start jumping into the stream here. Shout outs. I didn't finish those. So obviously, shout out to my wife, who's a big part of this channel and always has been. Love her very much. She's doing well this week. We're going to have a couple rough days here going into chemo, but hopefully it won't be too bad. I shouted out Q Ball already. I want to shout out Josh, Uncle Kyle. I do that every week because I know he watches the live streams on rebroadcast after the fact. Darnell B, obviously shout him out. Shout him out for winning the knife on the giveaway on Sunday, which I believe he's probably received by now. At least I hope he has. And again, congratulations, brother, for that. I'm glad that you got something cool that you like too. Hopefully you dig it. Is Blade Burger. I'm not sure who Blade Burger is. Is that supposed to be Blade Banter? I see Blaze Burger. I think Grumpy's got some typing issues. Jason Brown is in the house too. You all know my real name. Yeah. Welcome in, brother. Good to have you here. Another long time minion. Jason has been following and supporting my channel since pretty much the beginning. So Very, very, very happy to have him in here. He can't always make it, but I'm glad he does. Hopefully that Saxy wasn't in the Stancast jacket. No, it was sent brand new. Please remember to hit the thumbs up button. Thank you, Belt Loop. Thank you very much for reminding people. Most of my minions here and that are part of this minion crew are very good about that, but it's always good to remind people. Yeah, yeah. Blaze says, oh, that's my name is Blaze, but also go by Burger. It jumped there. Bearded Doom says, nah, it came straight from Amazon. Correct. I knew that. So it was a direct mailing. Do you like hot sauce? Like really hot sauce? I love it, but I can't take a lot of hot sauce anymore. My stomach just, yeah, it doesn't like it. Like I can do it in small doses, but I do like hot sauce. Yes. I like hot sauce that's hot enough for me to taste. In other words, I like it to have some bite, but I don't like it to be so hot that I can't taste the food. So I'm picky about hot sauces. What's up, Tom? So I just mentioned a few moments ago that I like to go by Eionan on social media. I don't use my real name very much. So yeah, email me back. Okay, I'll check it. I'll see what's going on, brother. But thank you for being in the stream, first of all. You can only stay a quick minute though. Okay, no worries. Thanks for popping in as always. We appreciate you coming in here. Hit that like button before you leave for me. And I think I've pretty much got everyone. Uh I'm not sure what else we got going on there, but let's see. Okay, so Leland Phil says try Moonshine Madness. It's my favorite hot sauce with flavor. Okay, cool. I'll keep that in mind. I keep a few in here. I don't. We have 3 or 4 hot sauces we keep in the fridge. It depends what we're making. Bearded Doom says, I'll happily send you a pair of my post-ride underoos for the low price of $69.69. Post-ride underoos. Again, I don't know if I can get that vision out of my head. I don't think I could get BOD in a pair of underoos out of my head. But thank you, sir, for once again posting something completely inappropriate and obnoxious and planting it in my brain housing group because that's what you do, man. Thank you. Let's see. Dang Ross says, Alan, I legit went to school with a girl named Grey Wolf, and her last name was Afraid of Bear. Needless to say, she was Native American. Guys, here's a funny story. You know how I love stories. When I was still living back in California and I worked as a supervisor at Rite Aid, we were right across from University of California, was right across the street from where I worked. So we got tons of students in. I get this girl comes in one day and she came in to buy alcohol. And so they asked her for her ID. And the cashier was like, I was standing right there. So the cashier was kind of new. And they turned to me and they handed me her ID. And I looked at it, and her first name was Ima, Ima. And her last name was Ho, Hoe. This girl's parents named her Ima Ho. That poor freaking girl. Anyway, she was 21. Her ID was legit. Everything was copacetic. We sold her the alcohol. But I was like, damn, I feel sorry for her. I don't know who thought that was a good name to give their daughter. Laura Gillespie. Laura Gillespie, longtime minion. Have not seen you stop in here as part of the minion crew recently. I might have missed you in chat. If that might not be totally true, I might have just missed you in chat. But I am very glad to see you. Super. I've been wondering where you've been hanging out. And Laura says, I'll gladly blast my address to anyone who wishes to order a Saxy and send it directly to me. I bet you would. Darnell says, thanks to Eionan's Edge, BOD, and Mike Jernak. Appreciate it. Got it and love it. It's my first real knife. Well, it's only the beginning of your journey, sir. Doesn't mean you might not win other knives, and it doesn't mean you might not pick up other knives, but now you got something pretty cool in hand, and that's always nice. That first kind of cool knife is always a very memorable one to have, right? So yeah, some more greetings going out. Nemo saying, good evening, Laura. Some other greetings popping in here. Laura says, hey, Mimo. All right, so I think Bearded Doom. You can always count on me to bring my inner 5-year-old to the live. I minimized working out a fidget trade. Okay. Sounds good, my man. Sounds good. Native Wildman says, oh man, I'm gonna mess this up. Potawatomi. Potawatomi. Native American. Okay, very cool, sir. I kind of figured there was a reason for the native and then the second part of your name. Grumpy says, I sometimes think my real name is effing a-hole. Well, you're not called Grumpy for nothing, right? Even though you're good to all of us. There are people out there in the world that piss you off, right? And it's easy to do that. Illuminati Ninja's in here. Sharp Guy is in here. A whole bunch of you folks are in here. Okay, so let's Potawatomi. Anyway, okay. Well, I already messed it up. So here we go. I want to talk about a couple of things real quick. So I'm going to address this fast and then I'm going to move on. So last week's live, we gave away something and someone came into the live that wasn't a regular channel member and wasn't a regular supporter. And again, guys, I don't want to have a big conversation about this. I'm not here to talk smack on anybody, but afterwards I was alerted to the fact that this person was part of a group of people who one or two of them I've dealt with in the past. And I decided that was not going to fly for me. So those people, moderators, Gonzo and Mimo, pay attention. Those folks that we talked about in the interim between last week and this week, they're not allowed in the live stream. If you see those people log in, you can ban them. You can drop the ban hammer on them. I do not want those individuals in my live stream. So as a result, the giveaway, I was going to redraw tonight. Initially, the first night, I was still pretty mad about what happened. And I was originally going to redraw, but I decided that what I would do is I would just look at who actually would have won that. And the person who would have been the winner was Iggy by way of a deferred guess. So Iggy is the winner of last week's live. I've already spoken with her because I'm ordering some leather goods from her. And she is going to receive the winnings from last week, as well as a couple other little gifts I had already planned on sending her. So congratulations to Iggy. She is the true winner of last week's giveaway. Those items will be sent out to her by no later than this coming Saturday. So Iggy, you have a whole bunch of stuff en route to you. And I thank you very much. I'm so glad that somebody from the channel actually got that. Devil Dog is in the house. Not only is Devil Dog part of the Minion crew here on my channel, but he's also a brother Marine. So thank you for stopping by. Mike Reese has joined in here too. So we got some people in here tonight. I'm digging it, right? But yes, congrats to Iggy. And the Banhammer of Doom. Yeah, we'll drop that if we see those people come around. So that's what I did. I made that decision. Some of you may have saw my post comments on the video. I did receive 2 emails from that individual. I'm not going to go into any of that. I'm not going to have a big discussion about it. Suffice it to say that they are not welcome here on my live streams or in my channel. So anyway, that's all that there is to say about that. And in the future, we will do our best. We will do our best to make sure that those kinds of folks do not come in and snipe prizes or take prizes without participating in the channel. Along with that, if you are in my stream right now and you are a content creator, you have a channel, you post videos, or you do lives, I will say this to you. If you run into people, whoever they may be, that carry on in this way or have these kind of tactics, okay, please let the rest of us channels know, right? You can Instagram us behind the scenes and say, hey, I've been having this trouble with this person, or I've been having these people come in. So I'm just letting you guys know that that's the way to help that, is by sharing the information about people who are snipers or whatever you want to call them. Just share that with the other channels, okay? Let us know. And yeah, no turd burglars, as Gary would say. Okay, we don't want that. We don't want that in us. Dark Gravity's in here too. Welcome in, sir. Thank you for coming in. Belt Loop says, I'm associated with nobody but Devil Dog, so don't ban me. I'm new though. Well, I am also associated with Cottonwood Ranch. Yeah, we're not talking about you, brother. We're not. We're really just talking about the folks that pop in uh 2 minutes before you do a live stream drawing, and they basically guess, and because there's more than one of them usually, they have a good chance or a good probability of winning, especially on a smaller channel, and then they suck up a reward that is made for people that are here all the time. And make no mistake about it, that is why I do this. I do this and I do those giveaways for you and you and you and her and him. I do that for you folks here. All right. I appreciate you guys spending time with me every week. I appreciate you watching my channel, liking my videos. So I feel like I want to give back to you guys as much as I can. Now, I'm a smaller channel with a lot smaller budget. So for me, it's going to be holidays, special occasions, or when I get something extra that I want to give away, that I want to pass on to the community. And that's for me, that's where I'm at right now with my channel. And that could change in the future. But I do giveaways. I just don't do them every week. Like Bees does, or Neves, or other people. I don't have the budget and the knife collection to just give away, and I don't have manufacturers sending me knives that I can give away all the time. So I just wanted to cover that real briefly, and that's all I want to say about that. I want to show you guys some upcoming knives we have going on too. Still lots of congratulations. Mike Reese says, my first live with you tonight, driving now. Mike, thank you very much for coming in. Like I said, I appreciate new members. I also appreciate folks that um, watch afterwards, after the fact. And only thing I would say is, if you watch afterwards, please hit the like button. Right? If you're going to bother to rewatch my live stream afterwards, and you spend more than a minute or two watching it, then hit the like button for me. It just helps with the analytics. But anyway, yeah, I appreciate all the new members. So it's always nice to pop in and like that. Just say, hey, how's it going? It's my first live. I'm driving right now, so I know you're only listening and you won't be commenting, and that's cool. No issues with that, right? But when somebody that I never see in my channel pops up just for a giveaway, I got an issue with that, right? Satisfaction says, muted earlier due to a phone call. Okay, let's see what we got here. Maddie, also let me know if I can shoot you a link there, buddy. Just tell me through Instagram or here in the chat. It doesn't matter. Papa Rhino says, no, I'm not at Satisfaction. Oh, there we go. Joe Casper. What's going on, buddy? Sorry I missed you. I told you the chat jumps a couple times, so that is going to happen, but I'm always glad to have you here, Joe. It's always fun to have more minions in the house, and I did not mean to forget you. Let's see. G-Ball, I got an Ohio River Jack, even though, whoa, it just jumped again, even though I shouldn't have. Well, that's knife collecting, right? We were talking about that on the Saturday live. I was like, how many of you? And I said, I bet it's a lot. And I'll ask that same question here tonight. I know this is, my eyes are dry. I know that this has happened. I know there's a whole bunch of you out there that have done this. You walk into a store, you're shopping, you're looking at stuff, and you go, should I buy that new pair of socks I need? That new package of socks? And you're like, if I do that, I probably don't have money for that knife I want. So no, I won't buy those socks this week because I want that new knife that I've been looking at. I guarantee that some of you guys have done that. I guarantee that some of you guys and gals out there have said, I won't buy this because I don't absolutely need it this week because I need that money for my next knife, right? And that's what we were talking about that a little bit. We had an awesome Saturday live, by the way, 2 times a month. So 2 weeks from this past Saturday, not this Saturday, but the next one will be the next Saturday social. We had a blast in that. We had fun. We talked about music. We talked about knives. We talked about a whole bunch of stuff that was really fun. David Iverson says, yeah, Eionan's Edge. I got a text from the head of the sniper family, never responded. Yeah. Okay, so Michael Morgan says, yo, Justin at White Mountain Knives, didn't hear back from his insurance, yet still refunded me $120 for 2 knives. My whole border guard's confiscated. How freaking awesome is that? That's very cool. that they would actually, I gotta put some drops in my eyes, that they would actually send you back the money for knives. But again, you didn't get them. So that's really their responsibility. It's different if you got the knives and there was a problem with them, but you didn't get them. So, they kind of have the responsibility to make it right for you in some way, shape, or form, right? David says, very true, Eionan's Edge. I bought my first Benchmade, the 950 Rift, which is now discontinued, from a place that has new old stock. I definitely shouldn't have bought it. Ah, Me with Knives says, I'll get the socks, then get the knife at the cable company's expense. All right, there you go. But you made a choice, right? You chose not to buy something or not to pay something. I think that's always funny. Iggy says the Saturday's live was awesome. Thank you very much. I think I've kind of started to find my comfort level with the Saturday live because it's different than this one. The Saturday live, we just do a lot more talking and conversing, and I follow the chat really a lot more heavily and play off of that. So that's my goal with the Saturday one. It's kind of to keep that one very casual, and we talked about a lot of different stuff, and we had some fun and cracked some jokes, and that's really what I want that to be. The Tuesday live, this is my main one, and there's little things I've learned on the Saturday live that I'm starting to bring over to this live. So hopefully, I will continue to get better and be more fun and entertaining for you guys in the future. Dark Gravity, I don't buy a lot of stuff, so I can buy knives. It's about prioritizing. Yep, right. Should I buy that extra box of stuff to snack on, or should I buy another knife? I'm going to be in the neighborhood of Smoky Mountain Knife Works in a couple weeks, says Alan Graywolf. I'm planning some pocket money for that. And there you go, right? Right, you're just like, well, got to put a few extra dollars aside. Lone Wolf says, was mad I bought rear springs for the truck when I wanted to buy a knife. So your truck can be a low rider or not carry all the stuff you need to put in it, or you can have a new knife. G-ball. I went with the spear point. It's my favorite traditional shape. There's obviously talking about a knife. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to do real quick, because this is a knife live, and I haven't really shown any knives. So pocket checks. Let's start throwing up pocket checks tonight, and I will start showing you my pocket check. I will do that first so that it doesn't eat up as much time in the live stream. So let's go ahead and start throwing those up for me. We got 43 people in here. We still haven't hit that magical 60 number, so you guys can hear me sing. But 43 people is a pretty good start to the evening. I am super stoked that you're all here. Throw up your pocket checks over here in the chat column. Boom. So I can see what you got. I will show you. You show me yours. I'll show you mine. So here's what I got. I am carrying, I'll start with the small stuff. I am carrying the ever-present Swiss Army knife SD Classic in red. I am carrying my much used lately, my Olight i3 T EOS in desert brown. I am carrying a Mrs. Edge double-sided embossed microfiber hank. By the way, Iggy, where are you? Pay attention, Iggy. Besides the giveaway pack, I promised I would send you your own fidget ball, but I'm also sending you one of these. This is a Mrs. Edge Hank with the logo on the top. But here's the cool part. She made this one special for you. The back of this is the embossed microfiber. So you got microfiber on one side to clean your knives and your glasses or whatever with, and then a regular logo hank on the other side. You're getting that as well. You're going to like it. You're going to like it. And guess what? That purple fidget ball with the tie rings. All right. That is that. Okay, pocket checks. Let's see. They're already starting to blast across the screen. I am negligent in my duties. Let's see if we can get that started. Two more things to show you here for my pocket check. I recently bought a MKM Izonza in the lava, black and red lava carbon fiber scales. Has a anodized backspacer on it, which also has the loop. It has the anodized pivot collar. This is a cool little knife. Really neat. M390 bowler steel. has a couple of different hand positions. This is the same company that makes the Ace Biblio for Giant Mouse. And it's a really cool little knife. Got some jimping on the top of the spine. I will be reviewing this knife soon. Wire pocket clip. Very cool. So this is one of the knives. This is my little small carry for the day. And then I am also carrying the Medford Praetorian Slim. I'm going to review this knife pretty soon. I've been using the crap out of this thing. This is a really cool knife. Really nice blade. S35 VN steel. And this is the Medford Knife and Tool Praetorian Slim. I really dig this knife. It's on loan to me from the great one himself, Satu Dave, my friend across town. So that's what I got in my pocket for today. Now let's jump up here and see if I can catch up on what you guys posted, because holy crap, I started seeing knives pop up in the stream here. So let's see what we got. Let's see what we got here. And any special ask? I'm not going to do special asks tonight because I didn't have a lot of time to prep for this live, being kind of busy. So we're just going to go with pocket checks. I got a couple other little things I want to talk about, and we will do that. I always have a chat topic. So let's see. Sheep's foot looks sick too. They're all sexy. Not sure what that one is. Papa Rhino. I think you got the first one. I hope you do, because I don't want to miss anybody. Papa Rhino is carrying a Dogwood Custom Fish and Fowl, a Grant Gripper, and the Bug Out in S90V. Very nice, sir. Will be. He got small pockets. Hey, Grimsmo Norseman, big fluffy blanket, and a handful of Kleenex. Hey, no matter what, brother, you got that Norseman with you. So that's cool, right? We know that's one of your favorites. Blazeburger says, I got the Max Ace Black Mirror today. Awesome. Craig Hamilton, Max Ace Black Mirror. And how about this? These two posts are right next to each other. 1 and 2. 1 and 2 on the actual live chat. So you guys are carrying the same exact knife, and you posted one right after another. How freaking awesome is that? Alan Gray Wolf says, I haven't got anything new yet. Darnell says, I got a ticket from driving. Camera got me $100. Oh, ouch. Yep, that hurts. That hurts right in the wallet, right? Joe Kasperk says he's carrying the Towser K Best Tech Beluga and a Phoenix LD30. Belt Loop says, I have a Cutco pocket knife and an SOG Twitch 2. Very cool. Dark Gravity, an XM18 Hinder, Paramilitary 2 with frag titanium scales. Chaz is here. What's up, Chaz? Another long-time minion. Chaz is able to pry himself away from the kids and the wife for a little bit. He's carrying the McNeese Mac 2, a Devo Stout. I really wish I hadn't missed the drop on that, but I just had no freaking money when those stouts came out. They look really awesome. I'm glad everybody seems to be loving them, so I'm going to say that was a very good drop for everyone. And a mini J Cape. Michael Morgan is carrying a Migaron Bologna in 14C. That is a very underrated knife. Very underrated knife. A Mrs. Edge Hank and a Jenga block. Okay, cool. A Jenga block. That's a cool pocket fidget thing. I hadn't even thought about that. Blazeburger, G-Ball, I didn't think the warning looked better overall, but I have so many warnings, not too many though. Native Wildman has a Benchmade Volley. Not sure what that is. A Boker Kalishnikov Black Widow Hawk Belt. Cool. Oh, nice. I like that. A Case Mini Stockman and a Case Mini Fin. Mewood Knives has Petrified Fish Beluga, a Mini Grip, Leatherman Surge, Lumen Top Tool, AA 2.0, and a Mrs. Mewood Knives handkerchief. I love knives. What's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for popping in and being part of the Minion crew tonight. I love knives is carrying a Sebenza 21. Iggy, that was Mrs. Edge bringing me my eye drops. Man, my eyes are bothering me. So I love knives. Sebenza 21. Sorry about that. Iggy says, "Sweet, thank you, Mrs. Edge." Yeah, so you hit the jackpot. Not only do you got that winning stuff, but you got something from Mrs. Edge as well, besides the extra fidget ball. So it's good to be you, Iggy. Plus, I'm excited about my leatherwork stuff that's coming. I'm excited. I'm not in a hurry. Just want you to know, Iggy, I'm not in a hurry. You don't have to rush for me, but I'm excited about some of the stuff that we're going to get. Let's see. G Ball says, I'm starting to accumulate a bunch of all them Warncliffs. Gotcha, man. I don't know what's wrong with my eye today. It's super dry. Let's see. Kevin Kirk says he's carrying a wee 704 in Thai purple. Ooh, I like it. I like it. That sounds good. Oh, let's see. Who else has thrown up pocket checks for me? Leland Phils, he jumped back in. I didn't think you'd still be around, brother. Good to have you still in here. He says Case Trapper, S35BN, an off-grid Rhino, an Olight S1R Baton 2, a modded Leatherman Skeletal CX on the belt with Milwaukee hydraulic impact and various tools for kayak work. Oh, okay. I see what's going on. You got a project going on. You're out there in the garage working. All right. Let's see who else. David Iverson. See, normally will be when he's not sick and laying on the couch in his jammies under a warm blanket. He's got a pocket check that is a little bit more voluminous, like David Iverson. This is what David's got. ZT0308. Again, one of my favorite knives. Someday I'm going to get another one. Case Sunflower Copper Lock, Victorinox Alox Pioneer X, a Baby B, a CRKT Minimalist Bowie in D2, an Olight I1R2 Pro, an Arc Field by Olight, very cool. Forest Colorful Cats Hank, always with me, and a Forest Rule number 9 Hank. 2 handkerchiefs today. Very nice, sir. So there you go. Oh, Leland Phil says also a tactile turn Ultim pen and Big Idea Designs mini dual click. So yeah, you got the mother load in there today, and you're working on stuff and projects. So that's cool. Iggy is carrying a stout. Very nice. They're cool. I hope I can get one in a future drop. A PE2, a Leatherman squirt, an ion flashlight, a fidget slider, and a handkerchief. The Beard of Doom, District 9 Catastrophe, Reich Thor 7, a Wan Wu Hi-Fi fidget slider, a baby horror character Hank from Lone Star Handkerchiefs, and an Invader Zim coin from the Third Dimension. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool pocket full of stuff right there. Ha! Yes, Darnell is carrying the Sencut Saxy, brand new knife, an Olight Mini, a Baby B, P38. Neil McKenzie, my standard stuff, CRKT M16 and a Gerber multi-tool. Well, and once again, welcome into the stream. Welcome back to the Minion Crew, Neil. Good to see you here, brothers, always. Some of you might know, Neil is one of my former coworkers, has become a good friend of mine. And Neil, I'm holding you to this, brother. We got to do a vinyl record listening party one night. So you let me know, brother, when you're ready, all right? Mike Reese, who's new to the stream. He's a new minion. He is a junior minion here, folks. A new minion. Mike Reese is carrying 2 titanium penguins. I think Mike's going to fit in okay here on my channel and in my stream. Mike's carrying 2 titanium penguins. I have 3 penguins. One of them is a Thai M390 version. So there's myself and a lot of folks here in the stream are very big fans of the QSP Penguin. And I'm a big fan of QSP in general. They're starting to do a lot of cool stuff. I'm going to talk about a QSP knife coming up here as soon as pocket checks are over. Mike is also carrying the blue frag and silver TPX jig and a copper piler. Very nice. I like the Piler XL. My Piler XL, believe it or not, I think I told you guys this, came with 9 CR14 MOV and ball bearings, not plastic washers. I bought phosphor bronze washers for it. I took it apart and it's got ball bearings in it. Holy shit. I was like, I thought it was pretty smooth, but I was like, man, those plastic washers seem pretty smooth. And then come to find out it's riding on ball bearings. That's the latest version of the Piler XL, which is not an expensive knife. Grumpy Grunt is carrying a Civivi Synergy 3, Little Native, and a bull trout. I freaking love that bull trout. Love it. That is not the prettiest little knife, but boy, once you put that sucker in your hand and start using it, you're like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see. Byron Kennedy says, my carry today is an off-grid all day Necker, D2, an off-grid Cayman XL or Cayman XL and 14C28N, a folding Bowie, and an American Buffalo knife and tool Stockman. Dang Ross says, Mucinex and Kleenex. I've never even left the house. Dude, that sucks, man. I am so sorry. Getting sick is the fucking worst. And it sucks even more when you're so sick that you can't even get out of the house. Plus, you don't want to spread that nastiness around to everybody else. Let's see here. I think that's it. So, no. Bluminati Ninja. I don't want to miss Bluminati. I don't want to miss BM. CRKT Technician, a CRKT Provoke, a Migaron Valona. Again, another Valona. Love that knife. Vosti Nightshade, Firebird FH31. Another cool knife. $20-ish knife that punches way above its weight class. The Firebird FH31 is a very, very good knife. Shieldin, Barraskewda. Yeah, that's the one that you just showed. So Bluminati Ninja just did a really cool video on that. The Shieldin Barraskewda, like Barracuda, but Barraskewda. He just posted a video on that. Go over to his channel and check that video out. It's a super cool knife, and it's got a coated blade, and it's really, really cool looking. I really enjoyed that video, Bluminati. So go check out that video for Bluminati. Alan Graywolf's got. Oh, I didn't read the rest of your shit, Bluminati. Hold on. Oh, there we go. I'm getting old, man. He's also carrying a Kaiser Mini Brooch, a Leatherman Squirt ES4, a Lumintop AA 2.0, and a Forest Bluminati Ninja. Hey, there you go, brother. Alan Graywolf is carrying a QSP Penguin with art on the denim micarta. Ooh, that sounds cool. Any other pocket checks I missed? Let's see. Pocket checks. Iggy says Blue Creek Knives will be carrying Devos in the near future, Eionan. Yeah, I hope it's not like too soon. I'm like, yeah, I just bought a knife, and I'm still paying off. I finished paying off my Nimble W, but I have a Sezzle for a couple other knives that for another knife purchase I made that I'm almost done with. So just hold off a little bit longer, Kevin. Lefty, just push that back just a little bit more. G-Ball says, I'm running with the new Vero Impulse Mini and a matching Axion. Very nice, sir. Carried the Spartan Harsey at work. Again, Spartan Harsey is one of my Grail knives. The Vero is one of my Grail knives as well, or a knife that I definitely, let's put it this way, I want both of those in my collection at some point. I don't know about being total Grail knives, but definitely they're right up there. Benchmade Volley is an assisted opening knife. Okay, gotcha. I just wasn't familiar with what that was. Blink. I know. I don't know why I don't usually have trouble with this. I think it's just extra dry in here. Pop Rhino, Blue Creek Knives can keep the Devos. I'm assuming you're not a Blue Creek Knives fan. Let's see. Wilby says, my Norseman is always with me. I might not know where my wife or kids are, but I definitely know where my Norseman is. Spoken like a true knife addict, my friend. Bobo Schnoggins. Another newish channel member here, another new person who's new to the live, but now a member of the Minion crew. Bobo says he's carrying an off-grid Stinger and his beat-up Gerber paraframe. Disregard any comments I might have made about the Gerber paraframe in the past, Bobo. All right. So anyway, let's see what else we got here. Any more pocket checks before I move on? I don't think so. Oh, no, there is. Todd Carr. He's a little late to the party, but hello, Todd. We're going to throw up your stuff here. Leatherman Surge, a Gerber Dime, a Gerber Shard, an SD Classic, one of my favorites. Like I said, I either have an SD Classic, a Cadet, which is now called the Recruit, or a Tinker. There's always one of those three Swiss Army knives in my pocket. It depends what my other carries are for that day, but I never leave home without one of those three knives because I find them very useful, and they're knives I can always hand to other people for other tasks, and I don't have to worry about handing them one of my expensive knives. Cold Steel 4 Max Scout, Rook Jaeger fixed blade, and a trusty Mora companion. Nice. Nightcore HC90 headlamp. That completes Todd Carr's pocket check. Neil says, "Hello, new family." Well, hello, Neil. Neil, you are part of the family. You do realize that you've made enough of my lives, and you are one of my friends, so that automatically makes you part of this family. But you've made enough lives that people know who you are now, so you are part of this life community, brother. Even if you can't always make my lives and spend a lot of time in here, you are family, and you are part of this community. Native Wildman says, "I like USP knives." Alan Gray Wolf says, "I have 4 penguins." Iggy says, "Hello, Neil." Right? Dang Ross says, "But I ordered a Caviso titanium penguin today." Yeah, they just came out with those, right? The new penguins, Caviso, Drop Caviso is coming out with those. They're a little bit more fancy schmancy. They're kind of cool. I dig them. I dig 'em. One of them's a frame lock, so that's cool. Let's see. G Ball says, "Damn, that's awesome. I like flat flashlights. I have a Streamlight Wedge. It's a little tall for EDC. I keep it as a bedside light." There you go. Any other pocket checks? Lots of. Oh, wait. Honey Bear says, "I carried a full tie XM 18, 3.5 inch earlier and have the Ikuchi on me this evening." And he's got a little beer toast up there. That will be after the live. Over there on the counter, we'll be making our tacos, listening to Cole, and I will be having some brewski with my taco. Taco Tuesday here. All right. And that's one thing that's not too complex to make. So Mrs. Edge, when she's feeling better, Tuesdays are usually a pretty good day for her. She usually comes out and we make dinner together, which is something I love to do. G-Ball said, "David, that's plenty of time for me, not even having to charge it for another day." So, oh, they're talking about how long your flashlights last. Okay. Any more comment? Any more pocket checks up here? Any more interesting comments about pocket checks? Uh, G-Ball says, "It took me a year or two to stop buying every knife I could find. Now I just really pick and choose the stuff I really want." And you'll get to that point, right? It's different when you do channel content because you got to purchase knives at a whole, like for me, like some of you know, my knife reviews, by the way, that I've broken some of them down into categories of playlists. So if you're new to my channel, go check out the playlist and you'll see I've broken some of the stuff down into categories. Not every knife category I've been able to put up there yet, but if you have a channel, you want to offer a lot of stuff. So I have stuff from $13 all the way up to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And but I don't ever want to get away from doing the more budget minded knives because I really feel like that's where a lot of people start. Okay, so Jake from Ohio State is in here. Another minion has joined the crew and assembled in my evil lair. And thank you, sir, for being in here. All right. Blazeburger says, "Always carry a cadet on my keyring since 2007." Yeah, I mean, the Swiss Army knives and the Leatherman tools, they're kind of like the go-to kind of little things, right? You can hand somebody a Leatherman and you're not going to worry too much about it, right? About somebody not being able to use that. But a Swiss Army knife's easy. You just open it or you just hand it to them. Most people don't feel intimidated by using one of those. So it's a lot easier to handle those. Plus, they're just super utility. I just used yesterday, drove a cactus thorn into my finger at the golf course. You can see my finger's a little red there in the picture. And I had to take my Swiss Army knife and actually cut away the skin until I got down to where the sliver was, right? That's how you do it, by the way. You just keep scraping away the skin with a nice sharp knife, fine layer at a time, till you get down to where you can take out the little tweezers and reach in there and pluck out your sliver. Anyway, let's see what else we got going on here. Budget where I live, man, says Alan Graywolf. Yeah, I've got a bunch more budget stuff coming across. I've got a few different knives I want to show you guys now that it looks like we're mostly. Ah, man, my eyes so dry. It looks like we're mostly done with it. Tree Stabbing Troy says, "Hello, everyone driving and listening. Thank you, brother Troy. Thank you, thank you. Hopefully the dog's not distracting you too much." But anyway, thanks, man. Thanks for listening. I always appreciate it. Oh, Joel and Winona said hello. Cool, man. Tell them I wish them the best. I miss them. I'm sorry I haven't gotten down there to keep up on what's going on. I'm assuming you let them know what's going on with my wife. And that's why I haven't been able to visit as often as I used to at my old job. Loved a lot of people I worked with. Loved working there. Um, Loved the team, but it just wasn't the right place for me long term. Now I got a job I absolutely love. So anyway, let's see. I don't see anything from Matisfaction. Matisfaction, if you're still in here, man, and you want to come on, let me know. We got about another half an hour to be on before we get off. And Will B says, I kind of skipped the lower end of the budget knife purchasing when I got in. I got all in. Some people do that. That is, some people just jump right in with both feet, and they're often running buying a lot of expensive knives. But a PM2 and a ZT right away, and then a few months later, the Grimsmo Norseman, which is like one of your favorite knives. So that happens. uh and some people feel comfortable doing that. So I did want to show you some knives that are up and coming here. All right, I want to show you a couple knives that I got up and coming. So one of the knives that I got as part of Apex is a knife I'm super excited about. This is a Nick Riggy designed knife. Okay, Riggy knives. This is a brand new knife. This is a prototype. This is a brand new Riggy. And he's got, look at this logo. It's got a little like ace on it with his initials in the middle, but it's a super clean, cool looking knife. It's a frame lock. It's fidgety. It's really well designed. Good action. There's going to be a couple of little minor revisions to this knife. I wouldn't doubt in the future that you'll see a slightly bigger version of it, but it's just a really nice knife, man. It feels super comfortable. It's all titanium, good steel. I'll be reviewing this knife very soon. This is the Riggy. This is a Riggy designed, Nick Riggy design knife. I got the Tuya Big Belly. This is a badass little boy too. Look at this sucker. Look at this, huh? Come on now. That is a cool knife. And here's what I like, man. I haven't reviewed this yet, but this knife really does have some pretty cool ergos to it. This knife really does feel pretty cool in your hand. And look at that blade. You guys know, if you know me at all, you know I like big, deep bellied slicers, man. And this thing just fits right into that category. This is a super cool knife. It's an integral, which is really fucking cool. So this knife will be being reviewed very soon as well. And finally, QSP decided to send us all out a knife that they would like us to talk about. Hey, what's going on there, Tom? They sent this knife to a bunch of us. This is the QSP Pangolin. Pangolin, right? The QSP Pangolin. And it's not Pangolin. And it's a big knife. Look at this. Here's me with my large glove size hands. Here I am in hammer grip position. Look at how much knife there is back here, right? A big old blade. It's been stone washed. Thank you, QSP, for freaking stone washing a big blade like this instead of freaking satining it, right? It's got a pretty interesting clip on it. I just got this knife in day before yesterday. I haven't had a chance to use it, but I like the ergos on it. I like the way it holds. I like where you can put your hands. I like that it's a big knife with a big blade. Not super thick, so it should carry pretty well. But look for a review on this bad boy. This is a budget-minded knife from QSP. It's called the Pangolin. It is available for purchase right now. I will be doing a review on this within the next week, 2 at the most, and you're going to want to check this one out. It's pretty cool. So those are the 3 knives I have that I have reviews coming up on. Probably 2 of the 3 of them will be before the end of the week. Todd says the Tua looks awesome. A little on the pricey side, though. I think it is a more expensive knife. That is a premium knife. It is a integral carbon fiber. It is all made from one piece of carbon fiber, and that's kind of what makes the price a little higher. But it is a super cool knife. I will be doing a review on those knives. Yeah, they do look awesome. Yeah, Blazeberger said pangolins are super dope. It's a cool. I'll tell you, had they not sent it to me, I might have overlooked the pangolin. Had QSP not sent some of us that knife to review, I probably would have overlooked it. Yeah, Mike Reese says I just found out about the Caviso special Penguin drop, Penguin Tuesday drops. Yep, yeah, right. So, like I said, those are cool looking knives, and there's a couple of really nice variants. Let's see. G-Ball says I did something similar, Will, but after buying a bunch of pricey knives, I went into I want to buy everything phase. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I see at least 3 or 4 knives every week I want to buy, but I just can't. I just don't have that kind of money. So it's hard. You have to kind of, yeah, the Kavi, the Tuya, depending on which version you buy. That one that I have, I think, is like 269. So it's pricey, but there's a couple different variations of it. So um, yeah, it's not a cheap knife though. All right, so those are 3 knives that I plan on purchasing. I mean, not purchasing. Sorry, those are 3 knives that I plan on reviewing. 2 of those will be reviewed this week by no later than Friday and Saturday. The other one I will review early next week. But that gives you a little insight into what's coming down the turnpike over at Eionan's Edge, where I do my reviews. Also, I want to bring this up because I don't want to forget this. Episode 7 of Fully Deployed is coming this month. Before the end of September, there will be a new episode of Fully Deployed out. I also have Fully Deployed stickers in the works. Cara from Tri State River Valley Creations is making those for me as we speak. So those will be available. I will be starting to throw those into prize packs and making them available for swag. Also, one other quick thing, I do have a merchandise store with shirts, hoodies, and other swag to help cover the cost of shipping things for my channel. Check it out when you have a minute. If you see something you like there, please feel free to grab something. I don't make a lot of money off that. I'm really just using that to supplement what I have to pay out to ship knives around and send giveaway packages out and things like that. So check it out if you get a second. And if you have a friend in the community who's not subscribed or has never come and checked out my channel or one of my live streams, send them over. Right? Send them over. It's real casual here, and we love having everyone around. Also, want to remind you guys too that I do have the Saturday socials and the 5 and 5s, which I didn't do this week. So if you are new to my stream, 5 and 5s, you get to come on my stream. You don't have to show your face, but you have to show the knives. You get to bring 5 knives with you and talk about them for 5 or 10 minutes. I give you the stage and I let you show us something that you have in your collection. So if you have at least 5 knives and you want to come on at some point, hit me up at Gmail or Instagram. All right. Enough said about that. Okay. Whoops. Let's see a little bit of a technical difficulty there for a second. And hide that. All right. So let's see. Let's go back to comments here because I see all these little red flashes coming up here. Uh, Craig Hamilton says, I need to get more selective with my purchases in the future. Laugh out loud. It's tough, right? It's tough because you see so many knives you like. I have a wish list on my phone that probably has 15 or 20 knives on it right now. And they're just knives I really, really want. It doesn't mean they're all grails. It just means they're knives that I really want to purchase. But, you know, a lot of things this year have happened to keep me from purchasing some of the knives that I really would like to have. G-Ball says, if it wasn't for 4Pays, like 5 or 6 different companies and credit cards, there's quite a few I wouldn't have. Luckily, I have almost all my debt paid off, then other than a few recent purchases. Yeah, so that's the thing. You have to be responsible, right? I mean, you don't want to max out your credit cards buying knives. A lot of people do that around Blade Show. And also, it's interesting how many knives you see for sale right before Blade Show. And then after Blade Show, people buy more new knives and then they offer up their knives they've had for a while at a deal. I bought some pre-Blade Show knives and some post-Blade Show knives. So new people in the stream, people who are new to the knife community or people who are new to my stream and may not know this, the best time for you to look for deals on Instagram and other places, especially within the community here, is the month or two leading up to Blade Show, which happens in the late spring, early summer every year, or right after Blade Show. So if you can't go to Blade Show and you're looking to buy some knives on the cheap, that is a good time to have some extra cash on you. Illuminati Ninja says, yeah, I like to eat, and so does my wife and my 6 pooches. So I have a long wish list. Same here, brother. Right? Iggy says, I'm committed to not using credit to buy knives. Now that I'm being more selective, I save for the ones I want. So I don't buy knives on credit typically either. Once in a while, I'll throw something on our joint card and I'll pay it back on next payday or something like that. But pretty much now, I either save up for the knife I want, or if it's something that I can sezzle, I'll sezzle it. Right? I'm like, okay, yeah, I can pay half of it or a quarter of it,
and I don't have any trouble paying the rest of that out of my next few paychecks. And that's what I really love. So I wish there was more knife distributors that use Sezzle, because I think they would sell even more knives. I know the Sezzle gets a little cut off the top, but it's pretty small and it just allows more knives to be sold. Wish lists are the devil. Well, they kind of are, because mine keeps growing and growing and growing. Yeah. Dang, Ross, I just bought a house, so I'm pretty much screwed. No more random knives for me. I got to be smart. So you just got to save up and pick a knife that you want to save money for, right? And it's doable. It's doable no matter what situation you're in, to put a few extra dollars aside every once in a while and end up with a new knife. Okay. Papa Rhino says, I just pay when I buy. Yep. And that's the best way to do it, right? I mean, most of the time, I do tend to pick knives that I can't afford and can just pay for. But once in a while, like the Nimble W, it came out. They were wise enough to offer Sezzle, and I was able to pick that up. Blazeburger says, Daddy, the fridge is empty. Shh. Hush, little child. Hush. I'm listening to these knife sounds. Yes. Yes, we understand. All right. So what else did I want to tell you about? I told you about the upcoming knives that we had, and we got about 15 minutes left. So I realize I got 15 minutes left before Cole comes on, and I haven't even thought about story time. Well, I have a question. I have a serious question. Okay, before I get to story time. So everybody, pay attention here. Would you guys like to hear? Would you guys like to hear sort of an extended story time? And what I mean by that is, if I were to tell you, I'm going to give you an example. What if I were to tell you the story of my dad, who's a pretty interesting guy? Most of you guys that have been around and been in my live streams a long time, what if I were to tell you a story about my dad from his early childhood through adulthood? That would be an extended story. It wouldn't be these 5 or 10 or 15-minute ones I do at the end. It would be a longer version where I would weave a tale of his life and tell you how he grew up and how he came up. That's just one example. So I have an idea for telling some of these longer stories, basically as part of my lives. I know a lot of people like story time, and that's why I'm asking. I want to try to incorporate story time a little bit more often. I'm trying to figure out where I wrote my new stories down. Holy shit. Oh, God. I had a bunch of them written down here, too. Okay. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll tell you a story about high school. So let's gather around, folks. Let's gather around, folks. Yeah, Michael Morgan says, I think he's talking about my dad here. I love the way he teaches life lessons. It's true. So Iggy says, yes, please. And like time, but Blazeburger said, like time travel. 48 people and only 42 likes. Bell loops on top of it. He's like, boom. He's like, yeah, man. Hey, there's 48 of us in here and only 42 likes. Yes, please hit the like button. There are some people listening, so that may account for a few of those people not hitting the like button. And as Michael Morgan says every week, gather around, children and minions. It's story time with Eionans. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you about one of the two most influential teachers I had in high school. Okay. I had two very influential teachers. And I'm going to tell you about the first one. Okay. And this is perfect. There's just enough time left in my live stream for me to tell this story properly. And as far as the longer stories, I see a few people here that are talking about wish lists, but at the same time, yeah, 12 people away. I don't think we're going to get there today. Somebody said 12 people away, dang rocks. When we get to 60, I will share some of what's left of my singing prowess with you guys. But we're not going to get there tonight. Anyway, I'd like to know what your thoughts are on the longer story times. I'd like to actually do a story time where I kind of tell sort of a portion of a life tale about people that I know, family, myself, I'd be willing to do that, right? Because I love you guys. I'd be willing to give you some insights into myself. So if you think that that would be cool, then yes. All right. So gather around. I'm going to give you the story. I'm going to hit the head and grab some dinner before Tri-State. Have a great night. Okay, thanks, man. Thanks for stopping in. Okay, Tree Stabbing Troy says, okay, I'm home and I just hit the like button. Well, here you go, baby. You came back in just in time for story time. So the story is about this teacher. Her first name was actually Claire. I won't tell you her last name because I don't like to give out people's names in story time. But she was a high school literature teacher. So, and this will tell you a little bit something about me too, because this is a story about her, but it's also a story about how her and I interacted and why she's one of my two favorite teachers that I ever had. So, anyway, yes, on the long story. Okay. I mean, they're not going to be like a whole live stream long, but they're probably going to be more than like 5 or 10 minutes, like my stories I do now. So that's cool. I will get a couple of those together and we will use those as we come into the fall. Anyway, back to the story. So, Claire was my high school literature teacher, literary teacher. And so I go in as a freshman, and the school I went to had all different buildings. So we had a math building, a language and literature building, a science building, etc. And I go into her class as a freshman, and she gives me a book because you read a book and then you take a test and you write about it and you talk about it in class. So yeah, Mrs. Eclair. Mrs. Eclair. She had brown hair and tan skin and cream popping out of her mouth. Jesus Christ, me. All right, you're messing me up. Back to the story. Back to the story. Okay, so my senior literature teacher, I go in for freshman year. I get her. I walk into class the first day. I honestly don't remember what the book was, but she gave me a book to read, right? She gave the whole class a book on the first beginning of the week. Boom, she gives us a book. Right? She goes, I want everybody to read. We're going to do a test at the end of every week. We'll talk about the book so I can see what your understanding and comprehension is in terms of how literature is put together. So a couple quick things about me. I read really fast. I may not be the fastest reader in the world, but I read really fast and I comprehend a lot of what I read. I can devour a book in 1 or 2 nights easily. So anyway, she gives me the book and I liked it. I don't remember what it was, but I read it and I read it during school and I went home that night and I read the whole book and I walked back in the next day for class on that period and I plopped the book down on the desk and I go, that was a really cool book. And she goes, huh. She goes, you didn't read that whole book in one night. I go, yeah. I read it in class yesterday. I read it some on one of my free periods. I went home last night, finished the whole book. She goes like this to me. She takes out the test for that week and she goes, don't talk to anybody. Go sit in your seat. And she goes, you don't have to answer any questions. Do this. So I walk over there with the test. I answer all the questions. I write out my synopsis of the book. I tell her what characters I like, the whole deal. I walk back up. I give it to her. I go sit back down. And she doesn't actually talk like she normally does in the class. She just kind of like sits there for a while reading my answers. So she asks me to explain something about the book, and I do. And then the class gets over and she goes, hold on for a second. She goes, come here. And I go, okay. I think I'm in trouble. I think, oh shit, right? And she goes, you really did read this whole book. She goes, and your insight on this book is fantastic. She goes, I'll tell you what. She goes, I can tell you're not one of those kids who likes to sit in the classroom. Ain't that the truth? I said, no, I don't. I said, I really don't. I said, there's some subjects here I don't like. I said, but reading is something I enjoy. I go, so I like the book. I read the whole book and I did the test. She goes, you fucking aced this test. She goes, I have senior literature people who can't write this good of a description about the book that they read. She goes, so I'll make a deal with you. She goes, you come in the first day of class every week. I'll give you the book. You read it. And once you've read it and you feel confident that you can come back and take the test and ace it, you don't have to be here for the rest of the classes that week. Fuck yeah, I'm on board with that one. I'm like, okay. So every single week, I read the book, even the books I didn't really care for. And I would tell her why I didn't like the book. I didn't like the writing. I didn't like the character development, whatever it was. And I would do the test and I would ace it. And the other kids hated me because I would come in and do the test like the next day or the third day. And I would hand the test into her and I would say, see ya. And I would walk out. Well, guess what? I got lucky enough. I got lucky enough to get her for my second year literature. I got her again. And she made the same deal with me. And I lucked out. It was amazing. I thought it was all pure luck, but I ended up having her for all 4 years. And a lot of times she would once in a while call on me and say, can you explain this chapter in this book? You know, I remember we were reading The Catcher in the Rye one time. People were like, well, what happens here? And I'm like, well, let me explain that to you. So anyway, for 4 years, I never had to sit through hardly any of my literature classes in high school. I read all the books, I aced all the tests. She gave me an A every single year. I found out later that from another teacher who my dad was friends with, that she put me on her student roster every year. After that first year, she would look at the student rosters and she's like, oh, I'll take that kid. Because I wasn't a great performer in school. I wasn't one of those kids who was really super academic. I was a gearhead. I was a party guy. I wanted to join the Marines. I didn't really give a shit about school. I wish I had put more effort into it. But she actually slid me over onto her roster after my freshman year because she understood that I had a love of reading and that was where my knowledge was going to be gained from. And when I graduated, she told me, she goes, you're one of the best literature students I've ever had. So that was really cool. And she made a difference in my life because rather than make me sit there through class every day, she realized this kid is devouring my my content very fast and he comprehends and understands what he's reading. So I'd rather have him devour these books and learn than sit in class and be bored. That's a good teacher. That's a teacher who understands how to make somebody get the most out of the experience. And so I very rarely had to sit in a classroom, very rarely. Once in a while, she would ask me to stay and explain something to people. So that's a cool story. And that was one of my two favorite teachers. And I'll tell you about my favorite teacher sometime again in the near future. But anyway, that's all I got for tonight. We're closing in on 5 o'clock. You guys know I love to catch Cole's lives. I want to thank everybody who stopped in here and spent the evening with me, spent an hour and a half here on my live stream. You know how much I love seeing all you guys. Uh, I just love telling all the stories. I've got a ton of them. I won't run out of those, I promise. And I hope that you guys have enjoyed the evening. All right. So I also hope that I will see some of you on the Saturday lives occasionally if you can make it. And I will see you back here next week. And there's also a couple of big giveaways coming up here in the fall, Halloween and Christmas. I've contacted and received feedback from some companies that are going to be sending me stuff. David Iverson says, great story. Well, I'm glad you liked it, man. I really am. Michael Morgan says, thanks as always. Right. And I appreciate you guys all being in here tonight. Catch me a little bit over on Cole's Live. I got to go make dinner first, and then I will say hello to a bunch of you over there. I'm glad you all jumped in. Stay sharp, everyone. See you next week.